Yeah, so I guess Claudia, how have the last few months been for you? I mean, because it's all good things, right? The clubs, you're obviously looking to do better fully through the rest of the season than last year, but it seems like you're on a better track than
Yeah.
last year. You get called into the US camp, um, you get that extension, you get, best 11. Like, I don't know, how do you, because again, they're all good things, but how do you handle all this? Because I'm sure there's some more attention on you. Is it anything different, or do you have to kind of say, hey, this is all happening and it's cool that it's happening? Like, I don't know. How do you handle all of that mentally that there's just so much that your name has been involved in?
I mean, I laugh with like the people I care about. Like it's obviously nice to get recognition. It's nice to have like be voted for things, going to camp. It's like everything that I ever wanted. But like I think I look at it more as like I wouldn't be where I am without the people in front of me, especially on the field, especially the staff. Like I think you can get so much recognition, but it kind of you don't get any of that without everybody else. So it obviously feels special that it's me getting it, but I'm like, as I've said before, it's like people are making me look good, so it's easy for me. Like it's something that we go out and do every day, and I think the people in front of me don't get enough recognition. I think especially in the league. Um, but like yeah, like going into camp, like I'm having a better year because I think the people in front of me are having better years, and like everybody's doing better and is happier and in a better place. And I think the vibe this year is just so much different than it was last year. I think we got down on ourselves really easily. And I think obviously we've had games this year where it's been difficult, but we know how to come back from that. We know where we need to like look at to get better. But I think it's like it's obviously nice. I think I'm a very like neutral person. I think I've learned that that's what works for me. Like I don't really think that I get overexcited or I get over nervous about things. I'm just like I just enjoy going out there every day with my friends, and like if that's going to camp and like representing my country, obviously it's a dream. But as long as I'm doing well here and having fun and like just getting better every day with everybody around me, I think that's what matters.
You talk about the folks in front of you, right? And I've heard from a few folks, whether it's Laura, some of your defenders in front of you, um, about how there's been extra meetings this year, maybe to look at film or just, because it seems like the defensive group really wants to ensure things that happened last year, whether it's mistakes, breakdowns, whatever,
Yeah,
don't happen again. Like, how have you seen? Because obviously you're involved in these
yeah,
things, right? In these meetings, but have you seen, like, again, your defensive group, your back line, maybe take on a little bit more to just say, hey, this cannot happen again.
yeah,
We know we're better. And then the other thing was Scott Parkinson. It sounds
yeah,
like Scott's been more defensively involved. I've been told that the assistants kind of rotate, but Scott
yeah,
maybe helps more defensively.
yeah.
Like, how has he affected that as well? Maybe just paying more attention with you guys.
Yeah. I mean, we've had that we do like IDP stuff, like individual meetings and stuff, but I think we started this year, which we didn't do as much last year, is like group film.
Mm.
So it's like the defenders and goalkeepers. So obviously Scott and Lloyd lead it, the goalkeeper coach. So I think both of them have done really well. Like I'm always one to watch clips with the goalkeeper coach because it's very individual. Whereas like I think last year we watched a lot of stuff with the team, and it's really hard to it's not like you don't want to be hard on people and call people out and film, but
Mm.
when you're sitting in front of 26 people, you're never going to get everybody's like honest feedback. It's like if you make a mistake, you don't want to hear it pointed out in front of everyone. So I think part of that is like having the small group meetings. Part of it is like the ownership. Like I think the defenders and like the wing backs and everything coming to the meeting and like Scott's able to call us out for things because it's like a trusting group and everybody wants the best for each other. I think like we're always going to blame ourselves first. Like we choose to play defense and goalkeeper because we are hard on ourselves, and I think it's more highlighted when we make some mistakes, so it's hard. But it's also like the midfielders and forwards have meetings all the time, and they're told that we need to finish chances. So I think when it's like 1-0 and we lose a game, it's really difficult because nobody scored, but like we make one mistake.
Yeah.
But I think it's been good. Like Scott's on us, Lloyd's on us. We watch and film as like whole team, and then we do the defensive meetings. But I think it's good. It's like we're never gonna get better if we're afraid to talk about the things that went wrong. And I think obviously we highlight the things that went well, but we key in on the things that we need to work on and continue to work on. I think that's why we're playing. Part of the reason we're playing so much better. I think in general, as I said, like the vibe and like the grit and like everybody wants everyone else to succeed, even the people that are on the bench. It's like you can be there's just a different mindset this year, and I think both those things have helped a lot in terms of like the way we're playing and what we can achieve this year.
How much of that maybe you think, like, just I guess paying more, not paying more attention, but looking at things more specifically, and this the mentality to not have anything repeat maybe goes back to the culture of the club, right? Because so often with so many people like Veronica, when I think of like the culture, I think of Veronica. 'Cause after one match, she was asked about something, and she was very emotional about how much this club has helped her
Yeah,
grow as a pro. Like, you think that plays into it? Because obviously, I think, and maybe you can give insight on this, but there are some folks who maybe are newer fans of the Rain who see Lou Barnes and see that she's one of the most like she's played all these
creative.
games,
Yeah,
and they're
everything.
like, oh, maybe she's too old. And I'm like, you see Lou come out, and you can correct me,
Yeah,
but it seems like sometimes she's orchestrating so much back
yeah,
there, and that's so valuable. Like just having, like, not to maybe combine Lou with culture, but it feels like they're
yeah,
synonymous, right? Just Lou and Jess. Do you think part of maybe the bounce back is just the culture to rely on, and you've got so many people, because if this is a new group, then
yeah,
it's like you have to figure everything out,
yeah,
but you've got some of the older folk Jesses out there doing their own work.
yes.
Um, do you think the culture of this club has helped a little bit in that?
I think it's an interesting one because it's like we had very similar people last year,
Hmm.
but I think for me, like I've talked about it with a few people, it's like having Lou and Jess, and then you bring in so many new people and young people, and um, just like I feel like our team is last year had a little bit more like 26, 27, 28-year olds, and now it's kind of split. Like I think we have a few older players, and those are the ones that like are experienced internationals and have the most minutes in the league and talk the most. And then you have the young ones who are trying to like look up and learn from them, but end up probably playing more minutes because they can physically do it. But I think it's like Lou knows, like we'll talk about all this. She knows that she's not the fastest player, but she knows exactly what she's good at, and she knows how much it helps us. And I think she relies on that. Like her communication is crucial in every game. You can hear her talking, you can hear Phoebe talking, you can hear Jess and Lynn and all those people. But I think having the combination of the experience with the new like mindset, like
Mm,
creativity, and like you think of like Emery, like
yes.
she's just different than people you have in the league, but that's just what's happening now. It's like younger, more creative, like try new things, look cool, those types of things. And then you have the people that know exactly what they need to do and they aren't really out there trying to do like back heels and everything. But it's good. It's like
Yeah.
having the combination of that. And I think we struggled with it a little bit at times, and we have, and I'm sure we will continue to do that. But it's like we're aware of that, and we're aware of games like leading up to the Houston game. We just didn't. We just argued a lot as a team on the field, and it's just that mindset wasn't there. And I think having the meetings off the field are what are helping us. And like the culture, it because it's gotten so much different this year. The players, I think it's a culture thing, but I think everybody's just wants the same goal this year, and like
Yeah.
no one wants it to be like last year. And I think obviously Lou and Jess, the ones that have been here for so long, know that and know what it's like to want to win and to go through rough patches. But it 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 just feels different than the last like even 2 years that I've been here. Like
Yeah.
we made it to the final. It's like this is it's like exciting to be on this team because you never know what's gonna happen with us. Honestly, you don't like every time we go out, you're kind of like, okay, well, I don't know what to expect, but like we know that we want this for each other.
God, yeah, I didn't mean to hit you with some of the harder stuff. I'll change that. Um, have you like, cause yeah, you mentioned it's been a few years now. Have you been able to kind of explore the Pacific Northwest a bit? I know you've got the dog,
Yeah,
but this is obviously different than where you grew up.
yeah,
So like, have you been able to explore a little bit? I mean, this is the perfect
I
time for
know.
it. How often have people told you that Seattle in the summer is when you want to be here?
I say that to everyone. Everybody
Okay, so you've
complains. Yeah, my parents, every time they come, they complain, and then I'm like, just come in the summer, watch. Um, no, I honestly don't go out a ton.
okay,
I've been on a few hikes. I'm a very like I like to do stuff during the day, but it's to go to the dog park and
got it.
stuff like
Not
that.
too
No,
adventurous. Got it.
I'm not. I like to go and do things, but I'm not a big those big groups of people. I struggle.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I'll go on like a rainy day to the waterfront, like the
Oh,
pier and everything, because I'm like, I don't want to be around crowds of people. But
yeah, that's fair.
being out and I just like being outside. I'm like, I want to go to the lake or like take my dog to the beach or something.
So
But I need to definitely get out
like
more.
concerts and stuff, probably not.
We actually went to the SZA and Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
we were. I think I'm going to the Fray at some point. We really want to go to Morgan Wallen.
Okay, okay.
It's really it's hard with our schedule because like they play at Lumen and we're away usually, so that's how it always works.
So, but it's like you're not typically like you're not in the pit for shit like,
No.
oh, well, I can say that
Yeah,
it's
you
my
can
own thing.
say, yeah.
So yeah, you
No.
don't. Okay, that makes sense though. I'm
I
the
like
same
to
way.
sit away from everyone and
Yep.
enjoy the music. We actually went after the Louisville game. Like we flew and basically wore tracksuits directly to the concert.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
was just sitting and I was like, it was so fun. And then I like hit a wall and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here.
Yep.
That's me.
Okay. Claudia Dickey's very relatable, is what
Yeah.
I'm finding out. And I guess my last one I'll wrap you up with is you're in a pretty heavy women's sports city,
Yeah.
right? With the rain, I've seen you guys there. Obviously, old friend Laurel Ivory.
Yeah.
Whenever she'd wear her Celtic stuff, I'm like, ah, the Boston kills me, but I can understand it. You've got women's hockey coming here. Have you ever like I asked this because Peter Cech in his famous helmet,
Yeah.
who he actually did play a little bit of hockey goalie.
Okay.
Would you ever think about putting hockey pad? No, immediately no.
It's
I
like
think.
the sport. We didn't really watch that growing up
Mhm.
as a family. It's literally the one sport I never really watched, but obviously I have to now that there's women's team coming. But
Yeah, I did bother Laura about it. I was like, "Are you going to come out to a match?" Because I had somewhat leaked that that team was coming
oh,
here,
nice.
and so the day of, I was like, we had a pre-match presser with her, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think?" And so I followed up with
Yeah.
her on that. But yeah, well, because I just think it's so fun because like hockey goalies get to custom. Can you imagine being able to customize your gear a little bit
Yeah.
more and have
I
designs
would
on it? Maybe
lose.
put your
I
dog
don't
on
have like
there.
oh, on.
Oh, for sure.
I get too hot. It's too hot.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Well, yeah, I tried to. Sorry again, I didn't
No,
mean
sure.
too much of
No,
that to be hard.
it's funny. It's literally everybody's like, oh, hockey. I'm like, yeah, you can just make me go to a game and I'll have fun. But I just didn't really like.
No, sure. I didn't
North
grow up
Carolina
with
isn't
it.
good at any sports teams. So,
Oh,
I mean, I guess the Hurricanes are okay, but
yeah, but they.
they're in
Oh,
Raleigh. So,
oh, I see.
like,
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
watched the Panthers growing up and like
Oh,
baseball and basketball, but
yeah.
the Hornets are also not very good. So,
Claudia Dickey is great. So that's Claudia Dickey.